We're covering a topic for the EPA 608 exam that is guaranteed to show up in the core section: the exact differences between recovery, recycling, and reclamation of refrigerants. Getting these three terms confused is one of the fastest ways to lose points, so let's make sure that doesn't happen. First up is recovery. This is the most basic process. Recovery is simply the act of removing refrigerant from a system and storing it in an external, EPA-approved recovery container. As a technician, when you connect your recovery machine and transfer the refrigerant from the appliance into your gray and yellow recovery cylinder, you are performing a recovery. Nothing more. No cleaning, no processing. Just moving it from point A to point B. The exam will test this by presenting scenarios where this is the first step before any repair or disposal. Next is recycling. Recycling takes recovery a step further by cleaning the refrigerant for reuse. This process typically involves using equipment that separates oil and passes the refrigerant through filter dryers to remove moisture, acidity, and particulates. Here is the most critical point for the exam. Recycled refrigerant can only be reused in equipment owned by the same person or company. For example, a technician can recover R410A from a supermarket's rooftop unit, run it through a recycling machine on-site, and then use that same refrigerant to top off another unit at the same supermarket. This is perfectly legal. However, it is illegal to sell that recycled refrigerant to another business or homeowner. That brings us to reclamation. This is the most intensive process and the only one that allows used refrigerant to be sold to a new owner. To be reclaimed, refrigerant must be sent to an EPA-certified reclaimer and reprocessed to meet the purity specifications of new virgin refrigerant, as defined by AHRI Standard 700. This standard ensures the refrigerant is at least 99.5% pure for single component types and meets strict limits on contaminants like moisture and non-condensables. Once a batch of refrigerant is reclaimed and certified, it is legally identical to a virgin product and can be sold on the open market. A common exam trap is to present a scenario where a technician,